It was a great day for George. For the first time ever, he was going camping. It was also a great day for Hundley because, well, George was going camping. And that meant George wouldn't be around to mess up his lobby.
Okay, you keep track of everything we pass so we don't get lost. And I'll watch the compass so we know which direction we're walking. The first rule of camping is always pick a good campsite. All right, these stakes will anchor our tent. Can you put them in the ground? I put a mallet in your pack. A good camper must be ready for anything. We'll build a fire a safe distance from the tent. You gather some dead wood off the ground, okay? Good job, George. Okay, stand back.
George's wood made a perfect fire. Perfect for staying warm and perfect for cooking marshmallows. The next morning, George emerged from the tent ready for anything. Well, anything but.
Time to go home, George. I don't know when we'll camp again, but soon. I promise. Soon.
An expert camper is always ready.
No, George.
So for the next week, George wore his backpack. All the time. Everywhere.
No, George. Soon.
But soon never came.
Poor George. I don't know when I'll be able to take him camping again.
Gee, I haven't gone camping in years. Hey, maybe that's what Hundley and I should do on our next day off. Camp. And George can come too.
Oh, that would be great. George, would you like to go camping with Hundley?
As an expert camper, George was happy to show Hundley some of his tools. But knowing that George had a hammer only made Hundley nervous.
Forget your compass, George. The auto navigator will guide us. This should be as good a spot as any since we've got the trailer.
George couldn't find a tent anywhere.
Pretty cushy, huh? Oh, you won't need that pack. We got everything right here.
Hundley wondered if anyone ever vacuumed this place. And were those ants on his paw?
Plus TV and microwave, all powered by a rooftop solar panel.
Carpet. This was more like it.
Important to keep the campsite clean. Why don't you two enjoy the outdoors while I make supper?
As an expert camper, George knew that he had to gather firewood. As a lobby dog, Hundley knew that he had to keep everything orderly and dignified. How odd. George was sure he'd gathered more than that.
We don't need firewood, George. I have a microwave oven.
Hundley thought either someone just took his picture, or that was lightning, which meant rain. Of course, Hundley had seen rain before, but city sidewalks never turned soft and gooey. To Hundley, all this nature was just not natural.
Whoops! Don't worry, we're protected in here. Oh, what? Without power, I can't close the hatch. Well, I doubt that much water will get in anyway.
They didn't know how long it had rained, because the clock in the trailer had stopped working. Until now, Hundley thought only George could make a mess this big.
I left the top down. The rain ruined the auto navigator. It's too dark to find our way home without it. But we can't stay in that soggy trailer either.
It did seem hopeless. George wondered what an expert camper would do.
Not a bad lean-to, George. But all of our sleeping bags are soaked.
As an expert camper, George did know one thing hot enough to dry them.
If you're thinking about building a fire with that, we can't. We need dry wood for that.
Using the lighter in George's pack, the doorman was able to start a warm fire. But without electricity, he was unable to open a can. Then George remembered something else that campers do. They cook food on sticks. In the end, they all had a very satisfying meal and got a good night's sleep. Even Hundley.
Oh, boy. I can't remember which way to go.
They found their way using a monkey navigation system.
Left it is. George, you saved our trip. If you ever want to go camping again, just say the word.
So for the next week, George wore his backpack. All the time. Everywhere. And they all went camping together again. But this time, Hundley chose the campsite.
Go! No! Good morning, George.
I'm gonna sleep 5 more minutes, okay?
No!
Yes, sorry. This here roller coaster whips and snaps you around hairpin turns at 70 miles per hour. So come on down to Zany Island and ride the Turbo Python 3000. That's Captain's orders. Arr!
Well, that looks very exciting, George. Anyway, we have a lot of errands to run today. I gotta... Like I was saying, I'll get dressed so we can spend a fun day at Zany Island riding the Turbo Python 3000. Now, don't eat all that licorice at once, okay, George?
Huh?
Hi, Steve. Betsy?
Hi, George. Hey, have you guys been on the Turbo Python 3000? We've been on 9 times already. That's the record.
Ah, is it, fun?
He screamed his head off 9 times. We're gonna ride it all day. Wanna come?
Everyone was excited about riding the Turbo Python 3000. Except the man with the yellow hat. He was afraid of roller coasters and remembered the first and last time he rode a roller coaster. It was so long ago, he was just the boy with the yellow hat. And since that day, roller coasters upset him.
Okay, I'm a grown man. I have no reason to fear a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride, George. Whew. I am thirsty.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, but you can't ride the Turbo Python 3000. You have to be as tall as this sign to ride. And, you're not.
Sorry, pal.
That goes for you, too, son.
Do you mind if we ride without you?
Yeah.
Sorry, I measure to the top of a head, not the top of a hat. You're gonna have to really grow before you can ride there, little fella.
George wondered exactly how much he had to grow. But when he measured with his hand, he was the same height as the sign. He must have grown already.
You're not measuring right. I wish I had a ruler or something. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, the sign is 5 licorice whips tall, and you are 1, 2, 3, 4 licorice whips tall. You can come back when you're grown 1 more licorice whip tall. And until then, enjoy the rest of the park.
The man with the yellow hat decided that before today was over, he was going to ride that Turbo Python 3000. Somehow.
Well, this is a start anyway. Uh-oh. I can't do it. Oh, boy. Whew, I am thirsty.
The petting zoo was fun, but George had one thing on his mind.
I bet you if we eat what giraffes eat, we'd be tall too.
George imagined how great it would be to be tall enough to ride the Turbo Python 3000.
Tastes that bad? I wonder if growing up always tastes bad.
George wondered how the man got so big. Exercise. Of course.
So you want to grow big and strong like me, huh? Great! I'll show you the proper workout, and you can be as big as me in 5 years.
George couldn't wait 5 years. Not today. One, 2, 3, 4 and a half. George had grown half a licorice whip. Eating like a giraffe and exercising really helped. Maybe he could stretch himself the last half a licorice whip.
That's it, honey. Go to sleep. Nothing makes you grow like a good sleep. And I want you to grow up to be big and healthy.
All this growing made George tired. If sleep made you grow, he could do 2 things at once. Sleep made George grow a lot, at least in his dream.
I'm sorry. You can't ride the Turbo Python 3000. You're too big.
George didn't grow as big as he had in his dream, but he grew enough to be 5 licorice whips tall.
My hat! I lost my hat!
Seeing Betsy lose her hat reminded the man with the yellow hat of that fateful day.
My hat! I lost my
That's it. I'm not afraid of roller coasters. I'm afraid of losing my yellow hat. Your hat is safe, Betsy!
One, two, three, four, five. You grew already?
Any chance you've been nibbling on those licorice whips, George? When you were first measured, the licorice whips were longer, so it took 4 of them to measure you. But every time you took a bite, you made it smaller. So now it takes 5 to measure you.
So you didn't grow at all. Sorry.
What's with all these sour faces? I don't like sour faces at me park, you know.
Oh, hi there, Captain Zany. You see, this monkey's too short to ride the Turbo Python 3000.
Too short? Bah! He's not too short. Monkeys don't grow very big. That's why we have the... You must be this tall if you're a monkey side.
You can ride, George, and I'm coming with you. But first, give me all your licorice. Whoa!